So breaking live at 5 tonight, jurors have reached a verdict in the trial of Daniel Lastarza, who is charged with murder for the death of a man prosecutors say he hit with a 2x4 outside a Providence bar.
Eyewitness News reporter Caroline Goggin joins us live from Providence Superior Court with the breaking details.
Well, members of Lastarza's family cried inside the courtroom this afternoon as that verdict was read, but it was a completely different scene outside of the courtroom as friends of the victim embraced in celebration. Handcuffed and taken out of the courtroom, Daniel Lastarza found guilty of second-degree murder in the 2014 death of Jonathan Stack.
State of Rhode Island versus Daniel Lastarza. Question 1. As to the charge of the indictment against Daniel Lastarza that he did commit the murder of Jonathan Stack in the first degree of murder, how do you find?
Not guilty.
As to the charge of the indictment against Daniel Lastarza that he did commit the murder of Jonathan Stack in the second-degree murder, how do you find?
Guilty.
In Providence Superior Court Thursday, Lastarza was also found not guilty of first-degree murder or committing assault with a dangerous weapon. The jury deliberated for 2 days to decide the fate of the man charged with murdering Stack. The 34-year-old died 2 years ago behind the now-closed $3 bar on Federal Hill. Lastarza's hours of testimony centered around his argument that he dealt 2 blows to murder Stack, not because he intended to kill him, but because he was trying to save the life of his friend, Chris Tucker. But the state argued Lastarza's swings were attacks and not in self-defense. Lastarza now faces time behind bars for second-degree murder, meaning Stack's killing was not premeditated. And the judge told counsel this afternoon that motions need to be filed by December 19th, with a hearing soon to follow after that. There's no word yet on a sentencing date. New tonight at 6, more information on today's verdict. Live tonight in Providence with the Mobile Newsroom, Caroline Goggin, Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News is tracking breaking news we first reported live at 5. Daniel Lastarza has been found guilty in the Federal Hill beating death of Jonathan Stack.
Lastarza was accused of taking a 2x4 to Stack during a brawl back in 2014. Eyewitness News reporter Caroline Goggin is live in Providence now with more details from court.
Guilty of second-degree murder, not guilty of first degree. A jury decided today that Daniel Lastarza's killing of Jonathan Stack was not premeditated.
As to the charge of the indictment against Daniel Lastarza that he did commit the murder of Jonathan Stack in the first degree of murder, how do you find?
Not guilty.
A signal of shock as the verdict in the Lastarza trial is read Thursday in Providence Superior Court.
And juror number 167, are you in agreement with the verdict stated by your foreperson?
The jury was tasked with deciding whether 50-year-old Daniel Lastarza murdered Jonathan Stack behind a Federal Hill bar in July of 2014. Lastarza's defense claimed he acted out of self-defense, swinging a 2x4 to protect his friend from Stack. But the state said the swings were attacks, arguing Daniel Lastarza beat 34-year-old Jonathan Stack to death. Lastarza left the courtroom emotionless. A friend of the Stack family spoke to Eyewitness News following today's verdict.
The family, Diane Stack and Tina Pollitt, wanted 2 things out of this. One, first of all and foremost, was justice for John, which they feel they got. And second, they want John Stack home with his family.
And Bina says the family is now coping with the fact that that second part will never happen. Again, Daniel Lastarza was convicted of second-degree murder today here in Providence Superior Court in Rhode Island. That penalty is 10 years to life in prison. Live in Providence tonight with the Mobile Newsroom, Caroline Goggin, Eyewitness News.